welcome back. Hold on, I'm gonna switch over to cam, but I can't remember if I actually set up the cam right, so we're gonna do a quick,
Am I gonna look like
we're good? Are we weird? Okay, no, we're not. I wasn't sure if I had done the white balance or not.
Wow.
We would have looked real weird.
You look very red.
I am, but I'm just naturally red. And also, I'm wearing a red shirt with a little night guy from PAX 2 years ago. Can't remember what the...
Death's Gambit.
It's Death's Gambit.
Wow.
It was fun.
Wow.
It's very Dark Souls-y. Anyways, welcome back.
Hi, guys.
How's everyone doing? So, we're gonna try to do it. We tried to do it last time, but we had no idea what the heck we were doing. What?
Maybe don't say sentences like we're gonna try and do it.
We're gonna.
We're going to try and finish Tangle Tower.
Not everyone has a jargon behind Chincha.
This is the internet.
So we're gonna try to finish Tangle Tower tonight, and I say try to, but I don't know what I mean by that because we have no idea where we are in relation to the end.
And we just discovered new things we could do last time.
So we may just be at the beginning.
It's brand new. It's a new experience at this point.
But we're gonna try to see as far as we can get. Last we left off, we were kind of in a stuck point. Not of things to do, just of not knowing what.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have a direction.
We have a tactic. It's not a great tactic.
It's ask everybody everything about everything.
Yeah, it's not a great tactic, but it's a tactic.
It's working.
And we're gonna stick with it.
Some of the things that we know of note is that. Okay, I gotta point it out. There's a crack in the gramophone, and I really think it has something to do because the paints have a crack, the gramophone has a crack. We know that the one pot of paint has blood in it, and that was used to paint the feather, not the knife.
It's a feather, not a knife.
Not a knife, which was something. We don't know where the bird went though.
No.
We know that pot of paint belongs to the guy that lives in
we believe that pot of paint belongs to.
We believe the pot of paint belongs to the guy that lives in the wooden ship, starts with an F, and I can't remember his name. I always get...
His name is Felix.
Felix? Felix. His name's Felix, definitely is. Hawkshaw, we know that she was hired by someone, which I think was Professor Pointer, but we don't know why. And we don't know that it's Professor Pointer.
No, we have no proof.
We have no clue.
We have no proof of anything.
I think it's Professor Pointer. And that's all I got. We know that there's something special related to Poppy's first time playing the piano. She has that frame sheet of music.
Yeah.
What did we find in the diary? Has the diary been exhausted at this point?
Yes. As far as
well,
we know.
she's got, yeah, that's right. She's got clues.
There's something
going on. There's something in the diary. We just don't know what any of them
She has
means.
something to do with the harp,
Yep.
but I don't know what about the harp.
We know that Penny was mad at Poppy because Fritz and Poppy seem to have something going on, and Fitz is Penny's fiance.
Yes.
Yes. And they share the balcony garden thing,
Yeah, it's really cute and
which
romantic.
is really cute. But that's about it. There's a few other things I'm not pointing out, but those seem to be the big punch points. I don't know if there's anything else that you can think of that's
No,
major.
you're covering my game pretty well.
Okay. So without further ado,
We're gonna play Tangle Tower.
we're gonna play Tangle Tower. And I could have been setting this up the entire time.
Could have been, but you weren't.
I was talking about this, but
So you're gonna waste time.
time
Time wasting.
I'm real good at the time wasting part of things. You can hear it. I hope you can hear it. How cool it
I
is.
can hear
Done.
Wait.
All right. And actually, I'm going to do one thing. I'm just going to turn this up just a tiny bit because voice acting in this is beautiful. Oh, you know, pretty good.
What?
If we actually showed them the game. Right at you. There you go. You
Wow.
enjoy that.
All right.
All right. Done.
So we were here.
And also, we don't know what's up with the fountain thing.
Correct.
Yeah. There's still that.
I'm still not sure about this thing.
No, something's wrong. It's wrong, my friend. Because that's coming out of the speakers. There we go.
We're good.
Should
Which
we
is
take
also
another
coming out of the speakers. Psst, we're on top of our game tonight.
Okay, so we don't know what
We have
to
no idea
do
what this
here.
is. Weird, shapy things.
Looks like he's playing a semi-grand pedal harp.
What?
You're some kind of harp expert, Sally.
Did you not know? I had a harp when I was a kid. A little handheld one, only 8 strings.
Liar.
It's the truth, I swear.
I remember that joke from before.
Yes.
That's good. All right, so we don't know anything about this.
Nope.
Let's go.
Looks like he's playing
He's
a
a
little.
liar.
It's the truth, I swear.
Let's jump back
come
in
back.
from where we left off. Last we left off, we were asking everybody about the items, and then we found out that we can ask people about people.
Yep.
So let's continue on with asking people about items.
So I think we've...
Let's take a look at the place. Oh, we haven't looked at any of that.
Is there anything suspicious about Hawkshot? This is fun. See, we're discovering new things all the time.
God. I feel like this kind of stuff would help me. Now, what's the second tab over?
This?
It's just where to
We
get. Okay,
just
this
looked
is
at?
actually where to get to her. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's the route that she
These
took.
are the clues about each person. What are you...
This is good to know. This is good to know. Something tells me this will help us today. See, we're learning now as opposed to an hour from now.
So sorry.
Okay. Let's go asking people some stuff. How do we get back to the mansion?
This way?
That way. Who haven't we asked about?
That's what I was looking at.
Oh.
Okay. We haven't gotten everything for Felix yet.
Well, the suspicion thing isn't necessarily we've gotten everything for them.
That's the
Something
clues about the
triggers-
person. So that's the clues.
Well, that eyeglass with the 2 eyes thing is the suspicion icon when it shows up on someone's picture. So I wasn't sure. But we've done the left side pretty well. We've done Poppy, I think. Where are we going? Professor Pointer. What's up? All right. Oh, we have not asked him
No.
anything. Okay. So you want to just go down the list, or is there stuff that you want to hit particularly?
Not really. I just want to get all of this.
Okay. Start by
Yes,
clicking.
very nice.
It's just gonna be a lot of
bird
clicking.
Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Okay, so Pointer saw it.
I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears.
Whenever I've seen him, yes. I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
No, definitely that wasn't.
No, that's a clue.
What a precious
Half a picture.
photograph.
Clue.
She hasn't changed a bit, has she? Who? Oh, if you don't
Why
know,
does everybody pretend that
perhaps
they don't
I
know who this
either.
is? That bothers
Oh,
me.
my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learned on the piano.
Primrose.
Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it
Oh.
down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother.
Of course.
See information.
Warms my heart to know that
didn't know
after
that.
everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall.
That's interesting.
Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fish man.
That's not why I'm
Playing a
asking about
trumpet.
it.
Playing a
crap.
trumpet, yes.
Apparently
What
it
kind
wasn't
of
important.
flower is that?
Important.
We're not sure. I think it might be the only one of its kind.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturalist. Best in the field. That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
But where's the wife? Like, we know she
Well,
disappeared.
now, that is most definitely
true.
none of my
But
business.
where's the wife?
Quite possibly none of yours either.
Yeah.
That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it? But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage?
God.
The hand movement.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
Sure it does.
Fitz seems
did
rather
we-
keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Did we ask
Well,
about the
you
beetle?
can't eat it. Makes
Yeah.
you
No,
wonder
we didn't.
why
Yeah.
he bothers at all. This looks a little rushed, even
found
by
that up here,
Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know.
Wow.
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
Whoa.
Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there. Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating
wrong.
interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
I mean, yes.
These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Huh.
A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
It is. Don't you worry.
That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book. Better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
Tell
Yes.
us, Sally.
I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
That's
No
what I want to
idea.
know.
Ah, well, possessions are
Ew.
fleeting, my friends.
You and these damn cracks.
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar. Is
You knew
this
that she had the-
important?
Bird, though.
Possibly.
But it looks like a knife in the painting.
does.
That's why everybody's
Do
assuming.
you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon?
No.
After all, it was found at the scene, right next to
I did have a
Freya's
question
body.
about the paint, though.
I
Because
guess
there
it's
still is
possible.
that yellow blob that's untouched.
Where on earth did you
Wait.
find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar. Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
This guy's super
It's
weird.
not really decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the same.
No.
A very old statue indeed. I'd
Anything?
recommend you leave it well alone. The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is.
He knows something.
Not
knows
exactly a
something.
wealth
Totally
of
knows
information,
something.
is it?
It's enough. So which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are two towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
We knew
Wow.
that.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her
They
father.
left, right?
The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade.
Solid.
Okay.
All right.
Now there's also people.
Yes.
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
Well, is
What's
all his
wrong
gonna
with
be?
her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family. I'd say
You're
you
a
could ask her
dysfunctional
about it,
family.
but I think you might find that to be a
You
bit
have
of
a
a
roof
dead
on your
end.
head. No one else is pointing it out.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
That's super.
I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection
Or her war.
often leads to vanity.
Ugh.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
He should learn to
Showtime.
make the
There's
most
showtime.
of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if
Who's
he
this
hasn't
agency over
already
him?
squandered
Felix.
it
Felix?
or lost it.
Oh,
You two don't get on?
Oh no, we're the best of
I
friends.
feel like that's a lie.
that feels like a lie.
Nobody
Oh.
could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was, The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her, but I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did. Ah, Penelope, our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that
Birds.
right?
Bird.
At this moment in time,
Wait, what?
till she marries the gardener.
No.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the pointers and join the fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
He really
He's
doesn't
got
like
some
there's
feelings.
some issues there.
Yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge.
Yep.
He's got
Yeah,
some
there's some
feelings.
issues
my
here.
telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She
I
doesn't
wouldn't
seem
be
to the type
surprised
to impress
if-
her will on others.
He
Still,
hired Hawkshot to
keep an
watch
eye
the
on her.
fellows.
Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally. What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about
He
his
just,
mother?
like, disappears.
Emily?
A lot of people
I've
disappear.
not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her
I
relationship
don't know if it's like
with
the game's
Flint
way of
was,
saying like these people don't matter,
was
or
short-lived.
if we should be concerned that we're
My
losing a lot of people.
My pride and joy.
I'm concerned.
Are you?
Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
So she lives here.
Because she's a suspect.
Oh,
Solid.
no. I can personally vouch for her innocence. She never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
We know that.
We're aware.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
But where? No.
Did she die?
Why is nobody able
It
to?
sounds like a she died.
All right. We didn't get anything new out of that.
No.
Oh, son of Have we covered everything?
Also, why is what?
Have we covered everything with her? Why is what?
It was with the thing. I was just gonna say, why is he looking at?
Yeah. We covered everything with you. We've done your suspicion. We haven't covered all your people, but we have covered all these things. So we're gonna cover all of your people.
People.
Ah!
She's quite the expert, truth be told. Studied
You're
them
a
professionally
bird.
at one point.
You're a
I think her
bird.
father taught her.
Her
Are you friends
hands.
with Flora?
A little bit.
A little bit friends.
She's one for the peace and quiet. I dare say I'm a little too loud for her.
I can see that.
I do admire her, though, really. Always felt like she could have done better than settle for Felix.
Ouch.
I said it. She's a most unsavory little...
Whoa.
She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which part? The giant bird arms or...
Thank you,
If I
Sally.
were her, I'd go easy on the
Somebody said it.
judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow.
A little bit.
I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh, it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility.
Called it.
Did you...
You feel good now?
We do. But I don't know why.
Can't say I've ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion,
Might be
I've
to watch
dared
the
to visit
fellows.
him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
Yep.
I must say, I really don't care for the den of self-delusion that he's retreated into. People
Wow.
are better off when they just let themselves be themselves. Between you and me, I think Felix is secretly rather miserable.
Why?
Okay.
She'd sit in the aviary, first thing in the morning, and paint the birds. Sometimes she'd ask me their names.
Freya was interested in studying bird species too?
No, just wanted to know their names. Isabelle, Clementine, Myrtle, Lysandre, Genevieve.
Got it, thanks.
For
You
my
could shut up now.
21st birthday, she gave me a framed painting. All the birds from a single spring, with their names written underneath. I can't begin to tell you how much I've treasured it.
Sounds like you two were close.
I feel like I always struggled to articulate my admiration for her, but she had a way of understanding unspoken things.
Huh.
Oh, she's beautiful!
I was kind of hoping. What?
Who
No.
is she? Wait, is that me? She mostly ignores me, if I'm honest.
How come?
Well, we're not quite on the same intellectual level.
Oh, I mean, well, you don't need to.
No, it's quite all right. I'm comfortable with it.
I don't feel like
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I don't remember asking for your input.
But
Oh, did you talk to Poppy already?
Yeah, a little bit.
And did you make any notes of what she told you?
Yeah, I did.
Lovely. Burn them. It'll all be lies.
Why would Poppy lie to
How?
us?
Because
Okay.
that's what she
Well,
does.
that's right. She doesn't like
She's a snake.
yeah.
Looks like one too.
Don't you think you're being a little unfair, Penny?
She started it.
really aggressive.
All right. So that's Penny.
And still
Done.
nothing new. Okay, so I don't remember if we did everything for Poppy. So let me check. Yep, did it.
Giving people. I'm sorry.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember that one was. I think we did
Just
this.
work our way around until
I
hopefully
don't
we
think
get
we did
something.
people for this. We got his suspicion
We
already.
did all of
We didn't do case file at Tangle
this.
Tower.
Nice painting. Gives you a pretty good idea of the layout.
The lake looks like it forms a perfect circle around the island.
It might seem strange to you, but nature is quite capable of producing perfectly geometric forms.
And those mountain cliff things around the outside?
We don't know much about them. They're unscalable. Not even Freya could have gone up there.
What's that?
This painting, it's speculative. There are no photographs from this angle as far as I know.
So Freya just made it up.
Let's call it an informed estimation.
That's
Okay.
interesting.
Who gave you that information?
A lot of people.
Well,
We don't actually know who it was. We were contacted anonymously.
I see.
Oh, the actual.
And what happens if the person who contacted you turns out to be the murderer?
I never thought about that.
Honestly, that would be kind of fun. Like a twist, you know?
Like a twist. Alright.
I like Flora. I hope she's all right.
Do you think she had anything to do with the murder?
There's no way. She wouldn't willingly cause any additional suffering for anyone.
Okay.
She questioned me,
About what?
my work, the plants, bit of everything.
Did she search
right.
the greenhouse?
No, she didn't.
You sure? Maybe she did it when you weren't in there.
No, she hasn't touched it.
How can you tell?
Trust me. I can tell.
He can tell.
Okay.
I imagine you don't visit the astronomy tower too often, do you?
No, but I still see Pointer, sometimes. He's always curious about what I'm growing in the greenhouse. Asks me about the birds, too, and insects. He's pretty clued up on his evolutionary biology.
I didn't think there was much overlap between astronomy and biology.
Yeah. That is kind
Felix
of
is
weird.
a contradiction. His loyalties are placed firmly within the realm of materialism, money, property. but his ego relies on an entirely fraudulent self-image, don't you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
Yeah, you
She
were.
was always kind to me. She'd come into the greenhouse when I was working, sometimes by herself, sometimes with Poppy. I think they were just bored at first. Eventually, they started asking questions.
About what?
Poppy wanted to learn about flowers. Freya, she used to ask me about the insects.
Insects?
One of my jobs is to protect plants from things that might eat them. Freya brought me this little glass box, leaves and twigs inside.
That's right, the one I
She'd
remember,
say,
yeah.
put all the troublemakers in there. Every day I'd put a handful of beetles and other things in the box. Then she'd come along and take it away. I didn't really understand her, but she was always kind.
What the heck's she doing with all the bugs?
Penelope is my fiancée.
Don't take this the wrong way, but Penny doesn't really strike me as your type.
She's not who she pretends to be. People think she's... well, they make assumptions.
And how's the relationship doing recently?
Good. It's good.
I believe you.
Phoebe doesn't like me.
What did you do?
I'm not sure. If you find out, maybe you can let me know.
Have you met this guy, Fitz? Shifty eyes, doesn't say a lot. Totally suspicious, if you ask me.
That's me.
Yeah, it was a joke. I was joking.
Oh,
Oh.
I see. Poppy and I are friends.
Oh, I can buy that. Dark clothes, blue hair, an average of 3 words per sentence. Oh, you're like 2 peas in a pod.
She's very kind, and she has an interest in plants. Unusual flowers, mostly. I've been teaching her.
Right.
Is something wrong?
Nope. Okay, that's everything here.
There's
Finally!
something about
Okay.
Hawkshaw's handheld microscope.
God.
Handheld microscope.
Something.
The one that we found in,
suspicious.
Let's ask her about
in
it.
her in the little cube
Yeah.
solving thing.
Yes.
Let's go there now.
Okay.
She's right next to her.
We're going.
Yes, let's
we
do that.
finally have something.
We have something.
All right. Are we gonna ask her about the suspicion first,
Yes.
or go through?
Did we finish her?
Oh, we did
We
finish
did.
her.
Yes, we're gonna suspicion
This
her.
little microscope thing, you said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
Yeah. Apparently we're gonna reveal that now.
We did.
Small lens. Because that's why we're here.
We did.
What? I have no clue. We did not.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse?
Oh, bugs.
This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it.
Okay.
The greenhouse is home to a great many insects.
That's why I
The
was
gardener
up
could
in
have
Pointer's
easily kept the
room.
beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He
Freya
is not
the
exactly
one
the
that's with
type
the
to appreciate
bugs.
subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
It's not a microscope at all. Hawkshaw doesn't know how to use it.
It's.
Doesn't-
I don't.
It's not a microscope at all. It doesn't look like a microscope.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
You know what it looks like? It looks like the sight of a gun. It's part of a gun. It's actually a telescopic lens. According to Phoebe, telescopic lens.
The handheld microscope,
Nice.
according to Fifi,
I'm not gonna
Hold on,
lie. I
uses-
kind
that
of.
was good.
telescopic lens.
You went for it.
Hawkshaw lied about it.
I was trying to
I'm
remember
telling
everything
you,
that we
Fifi
found out.
when it comes to stuff like this.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento in my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had
Did you want him to sign your
hoped he might sign
telescope?
my telescope.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I never would have guessed.
This is books,
Hold on.
right?
You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct.
Ridiculous.
As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Yes,
Wait.
that makes sense.
Hold on. So, she was looking for the beetle.
She was collecting the beetles.
No, I'm sorry. Hawkshaw was looking for
Yes,
the beetle.
she was hired to find the beetle.
The gold one.
Mm-hmm.
And she thinks that Freya took it because she was taking all the beetles.
She was hired for a theft of the beetle.
Okay.
I think Freya took it.
But that's what they just said, is that...
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay. Beefy.
All the people, all the things.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
This is the coolest house.
It is really close.
Okay, so we still... Okay.
We got people.
All of his
But
stuff.
we didn't
Okay.
think.
Dearest Flora, a remarkable woman. Oh, yes.
Flora's his wife, right?
Been married over
Yes.
20 years now.
You two still get on?
Of course. What a question.
She hasn't gone quiet on you.
It's true she has an independent streak. She's had it her whole life. She's the youngest of 3. Always something of a lone wolf, you know? Just the
Really
way she...
streak if you've had it all your life.
Lone wolf is putting it lightly. She doesn't seem to want to talk to anyone.
She just likes time to herself, away from the company of other humans.
Other humans?
Well, yes, other people, you know.
It's a weird way to put that.
Quite the character, eh? A fellow member of the Order of the Crimson Cloak.
Is that a real thing?
No, I just meant because we both wear, you know, red capes of a sort.
Has she questioned you yet?
If you
I
call
like it.
that questioning, she seemed bored by everything I had to say. I heard on the grapevine. Supposedly Hawkshaw is searching for some rare item. Something called the Golden Beetle.
Okay, yep.
Honestly, it's probably a bunch of sensationalist rubbish.
You reckon?
Quite sure. There is no treasure called the Golden Beetle.
How do you know?